Hello, hello. It looks like I am currently live. Hi, everybody, and hi, Vibe Freak. Looks like you're here already. I have my son's. Well, he put it there. My son put his football jersey behind me, and I need a chair cover. Anyways, the cat had scratched up the chair, either that or a new chair. But this works for tonight. Most of it is covered, and I hope everyone is hearing me okay. If not, just simply let me know. So this is a very important topic tonight. Just like any topic I talk about here, I always feel like they're all super important. And this is on being an observer in this journey and why it is so important to be one. And what do I mean by being an observer? Okay. What does it mean? Let's first talk about the intuition. Okay. And feel free to ask your questions, any frustration. Let's talk about them. Because the intuition comes in and it says all kinds of things on this journey. It lets us know what we're going up for, what's available, what's around, and all this kind of stuff. And one of the toughest things I have come to realize with the intuition is fully trusting it, especially when the physical world doesn't look like what it seems to be and stuff like that, especially when we don't quite know who, what, when, where, why, things like those, right? We don't quite know when something is going to take place, but the intuition says, like, do this, do that. This is yours. Go here and turn left, turn right, go in reverse or whatever the case, and you will receive, and this will happen, and your person will call, they'll text, they'll do all this kind of stuff. You even hear from your person's higher self that they're there for you. They're just be patient and wait and all this kinds of, these are the things that go on with the intuition. But then looking in the physical, it's like, what on earth? Like, can somebody please tell me? Have you had that experience where you're like, please tell me what's going on? I know I had it several times. And I was a fighter. I was very resistant to all of it. I was resistant to the journey, resistant to my inner knowing. If it's not in front of me, I couldn't believe it. I didn't know how to do that. And the universe was very persistent in what it wanted to happen. Some might call it the universe and some calls it the soul. Okay. Was very persistent. It's like the soul would not give up in making what needed to happen for whatever particular reason, whether it is a part of your ascension process or you and your twin have some sort of mission to fulfill together. You have something to do with each other's lives and that kind of stuff. The soul is super persistent. Okay. And so usually when the intuition says that there's something here, there's a greater purpose of some sort of reason, it's because there's a greater purpose of some sort of reason and stuff like that. And when that message comes in, that message holds true. Okay. This is the thing with the intuition, is that our inner knowing, our inner world, our inner being just simply knows how to get us through to where we need to go. Okay. Which perhaps we agreed on before incarnation, before whatever, maybe in the beginning of time when we first entered as a soul. Who knows? I certainly don't. Maybe you know. Some of you are very intuitive, highly spiritually gifted. We need you out here, okay? We need you out here. I say that because I know a lot of people on this journey have very good awareness, have very good understanding of different things, of consciousness, of spirituality and stuff like that. And hi, Tatiana, thanks for coming. Have very good. And we are healers. We have gifts. We have so many things, and so many people on this journey shy away from that. Okay. And somewhat dim their light within because of fear of being seen, fear of being judged, fear of what if they're wrong, fear of all of this kind of stuff, right? How did I get into this? Is that how did I get into this? I forgot. It felt like something I had to throw in there. Perhaps my the it was a channel message that found its way through, letting many of you know how, oh, that's what it was, because of how aware you are, spiritually aware, very gifted, and intuition is on point, beyond on point. And hi, Crystal. But yet we have a hard time to trust it, to trust the inner knowing, to trust that we're truly one with God, and trust that, oh, excuse me, what is meant to happen, what you feel, the life you're intended to live, the dreams that you have are real. Okay. We're very highly spiritually gifted, many of us, very in tune, intuition on point. Lots of people here are psychic readers, healers, shaman. Maybe some of you are not, which is okay. That's okay. You're spiritually gifted somehow, being on this journey. But when it comes to anything twin flame related, or anything mission related, like you feel like you have a life purpose to achieve, to accomplish, you're here for a reason, it makes it very hard to trust the intuition, right? And hi, who did I not say hi? Beyond the Surface, and Kimberly and Crystal and Renee, thank you for coming. And there is the link right there for my next masterclass. This is if you're ready to fulfill your life's purpose. We're talking about life's purpose here, right? You feel like you have a calling. I mentioned earlier that we need you out here. Many of you, we need you out here doing this type of work and teaching, not just twin flame related, but share your gifts, share your knowledge. The things that you know inside of you that you're meant to be doing is all a part of you. All right. And so this is my masterclass. It is something that is a special peace of mind, a special connection. You know, as much as I want to stay with just twin flames, which I love, and that kind of stuff, my team and I help entrepreneurs like yourself. If you're in the entrepreneur space, you know, you're meant to go far and to do something to heal others. We help you with this because I know what it's like. I just couldn't let it go. I know what it's like to have this gift and your intuition tells you you're ready, and it tells you to do all of these kind of stuff, and you're not sure how to do it, and how to present, how to be in front of the camera, how to stop being shy, all this kind of stuff, how to grow your company, how to make a living doing all of this. Okay. Because like myself, like many of you, who asked for this, right? I didn't ask for this. And then the universe, well, I'm keeping it real, right? The universe came and was like, okay, you're ready. You're ready, go and do it. And it was a long time struggling to figure out how. And there were many times where I was like, universe, I did not ask for this, okay, to be doing this type of work. And so to get from that space to where you're thriving and growing, that is my specialty right there. I just simply, because of the misinformation that's out there, the shiny object syndrome, the whole thing of, you know, make $100,000 overnight and all this kind of stuff. I was like, I just can't with the lie. So here, my team and I, we assist you with really getting your business going and avoiding a lot of the mistakes that get made along the way, so you don't spend years of frustration and then just giving up on your hopes and your dreams and so forth. So the link is there for my mastermind. It's 4 days. It's free of charge, where you get to experience, you get to witness how it is that you can build your business and have consistent clients and be at home, live the life that you want, and make your own schedule. Okay. I make my own schedule. I take naps. Sometimes a lot. Sometimes I have a busier schedule. It depends on my mood, and what I'm accomplishing and all this kind of stuff, and certainly servicing all of you. I love being there for my clients, when they need me, right? Okay. And hi, Diamond, and hi, Shadow. All right. So I'm going back to the topic on being an observer. Okay. I'll give you an example. Where am I going to begin? I will start with this. Hold on, drink some water. It's like spilling on me. Has it happened to you? Maybe many of you might not have experienced this yet. And this is why this masterclass, this live, I was looking at my masterclass link, right? So the link is there in the comments. And it will be there in the description later. But what I meant to say is, it may not have happened to you yet, but for some of you, it has. And if you've seen it, you've been aware, go ahead, share if you want to share. You don't have to. Where your twin will say something to you, will make some sort of promise, will tell you that you are the one, and they realize that and they sense that. And the moment you say something about it, you agree, yeah, sure, I agree, and all this kind of stuff, you notice that they pull away. Okay. And you're like, I don't get it. This person said you're the one. I feel like there's something special about this connection. This is really unique. This is, you're like scratching your head saying, I don't understand. Like, what happened? Okay. If this has happened to you, sure. I'm going to pause a little bit, read this comment from High Shadow. I met my twin flame in March 2023. He still has no idea that he is my twin flame, and I found out he will be leaving in June 2025 once he graduates from his medical residency. I am sad. I feel I won't see him again. And Najit, sorry if I pronounce it wrong. That's the French pronunciation that I have, right? Says I'm upset. Okay. I get it. I really get it. And this is where I recommend healing. Okay. So it's normal to have emotions. Don't get me wrong. It's normal to have emotions. But what comes with that are the things that we say. Like, for example, I don't mean to be calling you out. I'm just using this as an example. Okay. Hi, Shadow. I feel I won't see him again. When we have worries, those worries become manifested, unfortunately. And I'm not trying to manifest anything. We can clear the air here. I'm giving you information. Anything that comes from fear, control, and expectations usually has, and it doesn't matter what it is on your journey, we can make this less twin flame related. Okay. We'll make it twin flame related in a moment, but less twin flame related because it's not just connected with twin flame, it's with other areas in life too, where we feel afraid or we're trying to control something. And the more we do it, the more it seems to pull away or it seems hard to obtain. If you've been in the entrepreneur space and you're trying to make money happen and have money, you're working hard and you're doing all this, you'll find that usually it's hard to achieve success because there is a fear behind it. If I don't work a lot, I won't make money. Therefore, I have to work a lot. And the universe does not work that way. Okay. With a twin flame connection, what I find that happens are these thoughts. Like, what are they doing? What are they thinking about me? Do they accept this? Are they truly, like, anything questioning the connection usually is mirrored back by the twin. So this same person who said to you, I know you're the one, I feel it, and all this kind of stuff, could wind up being the same person that says, I don't know about this connection. And you're like, I'm so confused. Okay. One of the first steps I usually recommend when that happens is to go back to what your thoughts were. Okay. Your thoughts, your feelings, your confidence, whether you're feeling it or not, your attention, was it more on them or not? Like, really looking at those things. Now, before you say, okay, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐩, this whole twin flame thing is too difficult for me. It's too challenging. Like, I don't get it. I can't. I will point out that your twin was not the only one. Maybe there's an exception. There's some people who tell me, absolutely not. I didn't experience this with anyone else. Your twin was not the only one who was mirroring your thoughts to you. It didn't start with them. Whatever fears and worries and insecurities you're having did not start with this person. Okay. And anyone else in your life was trying to show you that. They came into your life to reflect this to you, but you didn't know that. You didn't know that. So during those times, you're like, it's them, it's them, it's them. It is them. But they were actually a reflection of you. I want to say a manifestation. They're saying manifestation of your thoughts and your fears and the things that were going on with you. And so when you become an observer of your reality, you're just watching. There's no thoughts. You're not having thoughts about anything. If anything, you look within yourself. Okay, if this is being presented to me, where in me might this be? Okay, because if the outside of you is a reflection, where in you could this be? What thoughts are you having? What limiting beliefs have you not let go of? Okay, follow me. Let me know if you have questions about this. If you're like, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐩, this is too complicating, I can't get it, Okay, so this is coming up where I'll share an example. I'll just, no names, right? I'm not going to call anyone who's not here. Not going to call them out. This person reminded me of it. I'm like, I know, okay, this is good. I like hearing reminders of when they were going through that experience, their twin saying all these wonderful things, and they brought it up, and their twin pushed back. And then she said, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐩, I learned that, the observing. And in the observing, when you are an observer, this is what happens. This is what happens. The universe takes care of everything. Okay? I want to repeat that for the people in the back who didn't hear. The universe takes care of everything. Your soul takes care of everything, not your mind. A lot of the reality you seek, the mind does not create in a way. Your energy does. Observing does. And when I say energy, it's energy. It's a simple thing. I'll make it simple, okay? If your energy is like, oh, no, this is impossible. Nope, they don't like me. Nope, this is your energy. Or even with money, no, there's no money. Money's not coming. It's that simple. It reflects. But when you're in a higher energy where you're not sitting on a, is it coming or anything like that, but you're just in the knowing. You're just in the know. And you're feeling aligned with, I want to say, with the higher version of yourself. That's a whole nother video to explain what it is. Perhaps if I have time, I'll explain that. Being aligned with the higher version of yourself, they're saying unconditional love. It's unconditional. There's no judgment. You're observing. There's no good or bad or separation. There's none of that. There's nothing. It just is. And that's it. Okay? Unconditional. Just hearing that. Hearing my intuition. All right. So some of you might be like, I'm still frustrated. Okay. And I get it. It's the reason why. Let's talk about it. You're frustrated. You're not quite sure how to believe your intuition. The 3D is not showing you anything. Let's talk about this. Okay. And so I'm guided to share my experience with it as well, because this was my story, our story. Okay. The part that you don't hear a whole lot of, mostly you hear my side. And so, and my heart goes out to, this is one of the reasons why I decided to do this topic, was because my heart truly goes out to everyone on this journey. And I want to call it the waiting game. If it feels like a waiting game, can feel so unfair and confusing and frustrating when it looks like the 3D doesn't match what you know and feel intuitively. And so in my story, I was the one, I want to say, who was allowed to move on. Okay. To remember the connection. I remembered it. I remember a lot of fear in it and a lot of anger and miscommunication, all this kind of stuff. But a lot of it fell to the back of my memory. And that went on for like 2 years. And I was able to move on. I was about to, don't get me wrong, my twin was out doing his own thing too. However, well, I was the one less aware, where he was more aware. And of the energies and having visions and all this kind of stuff. So imagine, I'm giving this idea to you because I know I get it when the physical does not look like it. Okay. Now imagine knowing, which it is like, for maybe you don't have to imagine, this is where you are, knowing you have a gut feeling. Your inner world is screaming at you like, hey, this is the person. This is the one for you. And it doesn't look like that in the physical. And time goes by, years go by, and just feeling like giving up. Like, why? This is the kind of stuff that people wind up in hospitals for real. Because they're like, make it go away, make it stop. And so why does that happen? I can't give you an answer to that. I do hear, well, I have an answer. Okay. I have an answer. Because of your journey, the unfolding of your journey. And so had it been that awareness about the connection was there from the beginning, many things that were learned, that I learned, that he learned, might not have taken place. And we may have wind up hurting each other because we weren't that healed yet. We weren't showing up in our best healed version. So then the universe, this is why I say it is the universe. You're observing and allowing. And when I say observing, it's not like you're watching. It's while your intuition's talking to you, while things look like they're unfolding. Observe, and it's like, look at it. So, okay, all right, I see you, but I'll be over here. And let it come in. The same works with money. The same works with the clients or the dream car, the dream house, all this kind of stuff. You give it attention. You put it on a pedestal. It makes it unreachable. Okay. And so you observe the unfolding and you move on elsewhere. You find other reasons. You find your joy in other things. All right. Create that joy for yourself. Because when the universe comes in, universe is coming in its divine plan, divine timing. To me, there's no such thing as a divine timing. Any time is divine timing. Like it happens right now, reunion happens right now. That was in divine timing. It happens next week. That's in divine timing. It's any time. There really isn't a time. Okay. So whenever that will be, while the universe takes care of everything else and aligns it to your inner knowing. And you might be like, okay, how does that happen in a twin flame connection? I've been there. I was the one on the other side. Okay. I keep raising my hand. I'm like, me. All right, where's my hand? All right. I've been there with the universe's persistency, the dreams that they brought back, and the pressure, the amount of pressure, like go back, the warning flags, the nightmares, I had about like 3 different nightmares that warned me about the karmic soulmate. But just like with the karmic person or situation or whatever it is, the universe says, warning, warning, not the one, not the one. Warning. And then what do we do with warnings? Okay, I know I've been there. Some of us have when we get hit with red flags, right? We start looking behind it. There's the lights going like this. And we're like, oh, okay, let me look between the lights. Let me try and walk past it and let me make sense of it. Even though the whole time the intuition is like, nope, I don't think so. I don't think so. And so for myself, I'm just sharing for myself, I surrendered because I realized there was no other way. There really wasn't. And the universe wasn't giving up. And they were very persistent with what was to happen with the connection. Okay. Extremely persistent. And so it was that moment I was like, okay, there's no turning back. What do I do? What do I need to do? And became open to receiving guidance and preparing and healing and all this kind of stuff, healing connection with myself, with people around me, and all this kind of stuff. That's when the door really opened for a greater level of healing and connection, and just allowing the universe to do what the universe does, leaving everything else in the hands of the universe, like literally everything in the hands of the universe, and just absolutely observe while it unfolds. And as a business owner, that's even more important, or when you're manifesting money. This is why I recommend, if there's something you can do, try to manifest some money. All right. I plan on having some classes, some courses, or something, masterclass. I've had some before on manifesting money. Have some goals somewhere else so that you can start to really understand the process and how it works and how you truly are the manifestor. You're the creator of your reality. You co-create with the universe and just allow to take place without looking at it. All right, hold on. So from High Vibe Freak, this is what I'll read. I was asking my spirit guides about how manifesting works. They said that if you're off your aligned path, you can manifest everything, anything. If you're off your aligned path, if you're on your aligned path, you won't manifest just anything. Okay. When you're out of alignment, you can manifest good and bad. When you're aligned, you will only manifest your best and highest good. Absolutely no bad at all. Just trust the energy you put out. I love it. I love your spiritual team. Your spiritual guys right there. Okay. Yes. Oh my goodness. I will tell you, when your energy is aligned, all right, going back on when you're aligned, when your energy is aligned with the highest version of yourself, with the higher vibration, and I'm not talking about something you're just telling yourself. I'm talking about something actually happening, that you're there. Manifesting is something you don't even have to think about. Your reality. I have had so many things happen. It's like just thinking it and it happens. I've had, well, actually, it was the universe. The universe was like, 𝐿𝐿, you got to declutter your home. Not that it was cluttered, but when it comes to manifesting, your environment has a lot to do with it. Okay. So I was like, I manifested before. I don't have to listen to this. I'm going to beat the system, the universal system. Like, I just have this like stubbornness. It's my ego, right? It's defining me, but I do, it's there, and I'm gonna admit it. And so then the universe was like, okay, all right, she got the message. She didn't really get the message, so let's give it to her in a bigger way, right? And so then I saw about 3 different videos, probably one on YouTube, somewhere on my timeline, something somewhere about decluttering. I was like, okay, all right, universe is talking to me. Universe is talking to me. All right, looks like it's something that I have to do. And so then I start to do that. And then the universe was like, not strong enough. So then I get a letter at my door that the inspectors were coming over in less than a week. They were coming to inspect my home. And I was like, the universe is just not playing around. And so with every thought I had, I have this table that I want to put in storage, this dining table, super heavy and big, but behind it became like a storage kind of. I was like, I need to clean behind that table. Somebody got on it, was like, oh, look at that. Literally 10 minutes. Okay, here we go. Let's pull stuff. Anything I thought, oh, I like this done. Someone was on it. Oh, how about this? Somebody was there. Constant. When that kind of stuff happens, when you're aligned and it's like whatever you think just shows up, you feel like you're in the twilight zone. You're like, what is this? And then a part of you is like, okay, universe, let's do this for money, right? When this happens to you, you're like, okay, bring more money of that. Bring the twin flame, right? Because you're manifesting just like that. There's a little slight difference when it comes to the twin flame, because now we're talking about a human being who has ego, and because we all do, has ego and, free will. Ego and free will. Everything else doesn't. That's why some people will say, I can manifest other things, but can't seem to manifest this person. Well, ego and free will. Don't manifest them. It's my recommendation. Manifest what you like to experience in a relationship. And when I say manifest, it means you are naturally aligned and you just have these thoughts. Okay? I know you say earlier, you said don't listen to your thoughts. No, not those thoughts. Not the one from fear. What I'm talking about is your desires. You're like, okay. And you're letting it be. And you're observing. All right. It is so much easier to do when you're doing this with other things than that person. Because what happens with that person is perhaps they have more experiences to go through. That's going to open their eyes. Perhaps the universe needs to speak a little louder to them and put them through whatever it may be. I truly don't, I stay away from trying to manifest things. Maybe by saying, I don't know, but I'm always in the best interest. Okay. And so these things are going on, but you're able to see it more with other things. And you may be an observer without even realizing it. Just a thought. It was like a thought without any effort in it, nothing. And then all this stuff was showing up. And so when that happens to you, you might be like, whoa, really? Like, really? Really? That's what happens when you're aligned. Okay. And I'm not talking about the fake align. Like, I'm going to think my way through, even though I'm full of fear and worries and doubts. You can have those fears and worries and stuff like that. But when you're aligned, something magical happens. you don't stay in that space for as long as you used to. You're accepting it without judgment and letting it pass through you. You're learning whatever you need to learn from it. Even me, to this moment, I still, if something doesn't sit right, I'm like, universe, leave me alone. Like the universe will literally try to make me laugh, try to show happy pictures, send me positive affirmations. And I'm like, okay. This is what happens with healing. After you've done all this healing, you're like, I just want to sit in that space because I'm okay with being in that space for now. I want to feel these emotions. And then you get all this happy stuff coming your way. And you're like, oh, please. But it doesn't last very long. I'm usually like, just let me be in that space for now. I don't want to have to be perfect. Okay. And then just like that, it's like, you know, I cannot describe the feeling. Okay. And for someone who came from, I like to look at it like I came from far. I was at the bottom of the barrel, the bottom, like so far down the bottom of the barrel. Probably couldn't see me because I was so far down. If you were to look down the barrel, and to build myself up to here is a miracle and stuff like that. And you can do it. Now, going back to being an observer. Okay, before I continue that, let me read a couple of things. All right. So Diamond says, OMG, Yashin, you're right. I got the call to renovate completely the house, and it feels that things are coming to me easier. Yes. Yep. I saw a video that says, it affects your energy more than you know. And I'm like, is that true? And it really does. Haven't done all this work. Boy, everything feels great and things are just rolling in like this. So like stuff around the house I've been asking for years, now it's taken care of. You got it. I'm cleaning as we speak. All right. Yes, I accidentally manifested. I thought I should call my brother-in-law to get these clothes. And they called me like, my mom kicked me out. Can I stay with you? Oh, okay. Okay. You are spot on. So here's the thing. If you've been healing yourself, and healing connection and all this kind of stuff, things will be different. Things will definitely feel different when you interact, if that's been a concern in the past and that kind of stuff. With your brother-in-law, I would say. Okay. And okay. All right. And so, yeah, when you are observing, you know that you are not those thoughts that you have. And you don't dwell and build upon other thoughts. Okay. Like, for example, I see when sometimes it happens, and I say it from the bottom of my heart, I really do. I say it from the bottom of my heart. It happens that our twin flame returns, and there's a part of us that gets really excited and becomes more about the connection than we would like to be. Okay. And this is what happens when we do that, is that our emotion starts to waver. They call, I feel great. They don't call, I don't feel so good. They call, I feel great. It's like this attachment that occurs, and our emotion seems to just sway with whatever is going on outside of us. And while it's doing that, we manifest whatever happens. Like, if it's not in my favor, so it's not in your favor. Okay, it's in my favor, it's in my favor. And just really observing when the reality shifts and changes, but it doesn't paint the actual story of what's really happening, which is what your intuition knows. And so you observe. It looks good, it looks bad, remove the labels. It just is. Okay. Your intuition says, yeah, that's your person. Acknowledge, and it's just is. Now you might be like, okay, why? Why do I have to stay like a tree, like a stone and have no emotions? You can have emotions, your emotions. Be connected with yourself. We're talking about attachment here. Okay? Is having an attachment to something, to an outcome, to and by now many of you may know having an attachment. Non-attachment, and just observe. Okay? I like to look at it like life has been that way. We just didn't know that. That's the way I like to look at it. Perhaps in the past, when you tried so much to have something, someone, you tried really hard to make the relationship work and it didn't. It was showing you that at that time too. And then when you became all about yourself and you focus on yourself, whoever it was began to focus on you. And in the moment you switch that and you're all about them, they start to drift away again. Life has been showing you that. So, to make things a lot easier on yourself, I always say just focus on yourself. Yourself, your joy, your happiness. Find what brings you a sense of peace and joy inside of you. Even as a business owner, you know what many of us business owners do? This, I did this for a long time, is that we try to follow the model of something somewhere else in that kind of stuff. You know, lots of business coaches in the past used to teach that. Look at your competitors, what are they doing, and do similar or whatever the case. And as a result, there's just a whole lot of frustration and no. But find the joy in it, the joy in what you do, and connect how you got from point A to point B. And that's what you're helping others, not anyone else's idea. Believe me, what you went through, your life experience, and how you, everything you've learned, every classes you've ever taken to help yourself, to heal yourself, all of that comes together in the work that you do to assist others. And it makes it special and unique, and you're relaxing in it, and it doesn't feel like work. Okay? Because when you're trying to do something of somebody outside somewhere there, it feels like too much. Okay? And so non-attached. Be within yourself. Move with your soul and your inner guidance and what feels good to you. Your twin flame is showing up, isn't showing up, is misbehaving, is doing whatever. Move with what feels good for you. Okay? And keep living in that space. And everything else gets taken care of by the universe. Believe me, the universe got you. Your soul has you. You know, it's almost as if you're here to be a queen or a king in your reality, being taken care of by the universe, and letting yourself be taken care of by the universe while you're creating joy. Okay? Where does healing come in? How does healing come in to help you with all of this? Is so that you're releasing the fears, the worries, the anger that you have inside of yourself that keeps you out of alignment. When we hold on to being angry to someone, something, even our twin flame, we're not aligned. Okay? It's heavy energy. But does it mean that you can't feel it? Of course you can. You know, by feeling your feelings and acknowledging that you have them, it helps you to release them and begin to feel better. I learned that the hard way. When I said to the universe, you know what? I'm not going to pretend I'm happy. I'm done with that. I felt hurt by this connection, and I'm just going to live in that space. And I started being really honest with myself. And that's when it started to really leave my system. Okay, so if you're someone still holding on to anger, I recommend to really look at your anger. Don't shove it to the side. Don't put it aside. like many of the stuff you might see online about twin flames, you just live happy and that's it. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. You have a lot of fear in you, like, what if this person's going to hurt me? What if the same thing's going to happen in the past? Those are actual fears that you're having, and they're telling you something. And so when you're like, trying to pretend you don't have them, I did that. Okay. I tried to pretend I don't have them because I was following the universe, not online. I was following the universe said, hey, you got to prepare. You got to accept this connection. So I was like, okay. And deep down, I was like, I don't know. Am I going to get hurt? And stuff like that. It was showing something. And once I went into that and took a look at it, it broke the pattern. Fear was gone. Control, expectation, all of that gone. Okay. So you've got to be honest with yourself and real with yourself, because you find healing in that. Okay. Make it all about you. The journey all about you. The feeling of being rejected in this connection, that in itself is teaching you something as well. Okay. And it may be that non-attachment piece, but you will know what it's teaching you internally. All right. And so coming back here, home with J1 says, I had a dream about a month ago where Nina Simone told me to declutter. True story. Yes, I figured it's in the collective. All right. And Diamond says, I think it's just temporary. Okay. You can manifest that one too, that it's temporary. Be very mindful with what you tell yourself. This is just my suggestion. If you find yourself saying, how much longer they're gonna, like, why is this taking so long? Stay away from those thoughts. Be like, this is temporary. It's short term. It's only, I don't know, whatever you want to create, and believing that reality. Okay. And then just let me know if that works. And hi, Kimberly. Thanks for hopping on. All right. And so, any questions anyone has about, I had wanted to open up a little bit about the pain too in this journey. Perhaps next time we will talk about that. Because, and the reason why I wanted to do this is because you won't hear it from me to disregard that, to not look at it. Don't repeat the stories or anything like that. You're not going to get it from me. Hear yourself. Okay? Listen to your fear and your pain. They are a part of you. They need you. It doesn't matter, twin flame, trying to get money, bigger job, bigger house, bigger car. Your pain is a part of you, and desires to feel accepted with no judgment and have total understanding of it, so that you can release this pain from inside of you. Any pain that you hold within you really affects you mentally, physically, and things like those. So why push them away? And some of you might be like, all right, well, that's not what I'm taught, so I feel a little scared about doing that. I will tell you this. You can make that choice. I'm not going to look at the pain. I'm not going to look at the fear, but are they going to find you again? Your pain and your fears, are they going to find you again? Have they found you and caught up to you over and over again? That's what's going to keep on happening. So look into it. Work on healing. And I'm certainly here. I'll put the link down below for you to sign up for an initial session with me. We can talk about this and get you help that you desire. Okay. All right. So I thank you so much for joining me. I love connecting with all of you. And I'll certainly look back for any questions that are asked. Again, I do have my masterclass coming up, the next level 4-day mastermind. We're bringing this back for the business owners. So you get to see how you can build your business and have consistent clients. You can do this to step out of the matrix and get into your heart space. get into being of service while freeing up time. There's so much happening now in this world with the AI and everything, and automations. Lots of things are happening, so you can get back your time and spend it where you want to. Okay. And I see a comment. I'm glad. All right. So I was almost off. So 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐪 soul, hopefully I said it right. Approaching this as a marital arts dojo helps to see your twin as your instructor. You are in a black belt soul program learning energy work. Love it. Thank you for that comment. You guys have said some amazing things here. Approaching it as your twin is your instructor. Okay, I love that. All right, thanks again. Take care.